What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another inter-equity video. Today we have a trade breakdown on the Aussie dollar. Sick video for you guys. It's an $18,000 long position taken a couple weeks ago in August. But yeah, without further ado, we'll get right into this breakdown. I hope you guys enjoy. Thumbs up. Let us know down in the comments below what kind of videos you guys want to see from us next. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Take care. All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to our trade breakdown on the Aussie dollar, the $18,000 trade. So here we are, daily time frame. Always like to start off on the high to the low. So what can we see from the previous day of price action? We can see that we've had a sharp reaction from this left-hand side. Okay, giving us a rejection on Wednesday, Thursday, big bearish candle, taking out previous daily low, okay, and tapping into this imbalance. So that was a confirmation for me to start looking for longs. All right. So if we head on to the 4-hour time frame, what can we see? Well, price is very squeezed up on the H4 right here, right? So simply what I like to do is just hop down another time frame. Perfect. Now I can kind of see what's going on a little bit more. Before we tapped into this false area, this red box I've marked out for us, you can see that we printed out this low, and then we've gone higher, taking out this high, okay? And ever since then, we kind of just struggled and ranged and just built liquidity into the market, okay? Before this Thursday sell-off we just spoke about, that bearish candle we saw on the daily, you can see how the price ended up running this high, okay, taking that liquidity from that high with a sharp sell-off following it. Where did this sell-off go? Ran this low, tapped into this imbalance. Perfect. It's exactly what we want to see. And if I mark out this area, you can see we've also tapped into this area from the left-hand side. And now this was my confirmation to start going to the lower time frames and looking for an entry to target the liquidity left back at the highs. Okay, so we are currently looking at price that is on market close on Thursday. Okay, so I'll hop onto the 15-minute. Now what can we see? I can also see that before we printed that low of the day, we were building liquidity here, right? What do I mean by that? We printed this low on Thursday in New York, pushed higher, price came back down to the lows over here, respected this previous low and moved away. So now I could tell that we were building liquidity in this area here, okay? Nothing too complicated, very simple stuff. Building liquidity here. Finally, we had that false sell-off to the downside, grabbing that liquidity. Perfect. That's what we want to see. Now it is market close on Thursday, okay? We were interested in still looking for buys even though we are in Asia, and then we had news following in New York, which we'll tap into in a second. But as for the entry, we hopped on the M1 over here, open up this price action. Okay, so now what can I see? I can see that price had a nice sell-off to the downside, clearing this internal liquidity points. You can see we respected over here once, twice, moved up, and then rapid sell-off, clearing that liquidity, which I wanted to see, which perfect. Now I can see that we've left an area of interest at the highs, meaning I want to see price tap into it. And I understand this is going to be a trap, okay? Anybody looking to inject some sort of liquidity, meaning limits, market execution, whatever it is, but if they enter here, they're going to be keeping their stop loss above here, which is another confluence for me to look for buys, right? And now if we play on with price, perfect. You can see how I believe we're starting to tap into this area. That's exactly what we anticipated. And we've left this low that I want to be taking that buy entry below, okay? Because once we take this low, it tells me that now we've taken out liquidity on the lower time frames, and it aligns with that higher time frame bias, okay? So this right here is going to be an entry. Once this low is spiked, perfect, I'm going to be putting my stop loss below this low to the left-hand side, the low that we printed on Thursday. And if I hop on to the, we'll even go to the 15 minutes so we can look for some areas to target, okay? We have internal liquidity high left here, okay? We also have an internal liquidity high left here. And then finally, we have that more structural high left at the highs, okay? I'm more interested in maybe partialing very little bit up here and then holding the rest to the high up here, okay? Something we have to keep in mind is if I hop over here to Forex Factory, August 23rd, which is the day we're looking at right now, 10 a.m., we have some US news. So if I hop back on the charts, we'll go to the 5-minute chart, and 10 a.m. is right here. So this is something we want to keep an eye on and pay close attention to, okay? So back to our entry. We anticipated some sort of false reaction at this high, which is important, okay? And then once we take this low, which we do here, this is now where we're taking our entry from. Okay, so this is where we get in. Again, our stop is going to be covering the low to the left-hand side. Perfect. And it's just going to look like this. So this is Asia, so don't expect too much volume. We can play it out for now. We'll mark out when London starts being here, and then when New York starts being right here. Keep in mind, I am on UTC4, so I am in Canada. So Eastern time zone is mine. I know some of you guys maybe are a little bit different, but that's why I have London open at 3 and New York open at 8. Okay, so continue on with this. We get a nice reaction higher. Perfect. Now we're starting to approach these highs to the left-hand side. London open. We end up trading higher, pushing lower. Nothing too significant so far. And now we are looking, we're trading at New York open. Okay, perfect. So why do I have this high marked out? So I know some people like to just mark out random internal points, but you have to understand, why is this an area that's going to be important for me to partial at? This is going to be important because if anybody's looking to short below this high, being 0.67354, they are going to be taking positions here, and their liquidity is going to be resting above here. So what that means is, if we run this high, there's a chance of us having some sort of bearish move in the market. So I'd like to pay myself here. Okay, accordingly. Obviously, this RR is 1 to 4.8 to this high, and then finally to my final target is going to be about a 1 to 8.7, which is beautiful, more than needed, right? Typically, I won't take anything less than around 1 to 3-ish, but it all depends what the market gives me. If my stop loss is, if I'm able to have a smaller stop, my RR will be bigger. If I have an entry that provides my stop loss to be a little bit bigger, my RR will be a little bit smaller. So it's all situational. It's whatever the market allows me, whatever the market can give me, essentially. Okay, so we'll continue on with this. Remember, don't forget, we have news at 10 a.m. And boom, check that out. Just at news, if I remove these vertical lines, we get a rapid push. Right, look how right before news is announced too, we take out this low. Okay, we sweep any buyers that were looking to take entries in these areas over here. They get trapped, and then the market has that big expansion to the upside. Okay, very, very clean stuff. If I zoom out and take a look at this on the 1 hour time frame, you'll see a different perspective. But this is where our entries are taken. Down here. Okay, entry was taken, and then target was hit perfectly to the T with the help of news. Okay, so entry Friday or late Thursday in Asia, and I was simply just targeting the liquidity left at the highs, aka Wednesday's high. Okay, very, very clean stuff from Aussie dollar. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this trade breakdown, trade case study, whatever you want to call it. Many more to come in the future. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk soon.